Herod the fox. Have you ever heard that story when Jesus referred to Herod as a fox? Well, that's what we're talking about today because there's something so significant in that. So let's pick this up. This is in Luke 13:31, and it reads, "At that time, Pharisees said to him," which is Jesus, "Get away from here if you want to live. Herod Antipas wants to kill you." And Jesus replied, "Go tell that fox that I will keep on casting out demons and healing people today and tomorrow, and the third day I'll accomplish my purpose." Jesus was gangster. Let me tell you, he did not let himself be moved by what the Pharisees threatened. This is awesome. Was he insulting Herod? No, I don't think so at all, because that would have been in direct violation of Old Testament law. In Ecclesiastes 10:20, it says, "Don't badmouth your leaders, not even under your breath." And Herod was the leader at that time. And he did have the power, so everybody else thought, to kill Jesus. So let's look at this. Why did Jesus call him a fox? Not a viper, not a snake. Out of all the animals in the animal kingdom, he referred to him as a fox. Why is that significant? Well, think about in modern day times, if you referred to someone as a fox, what would you think that to mean? They were cunning, sly, a small dog, insignificant. They prowl in the nighttime. They're good predators, hunters, undercover in the darkness of night. Well, that's what we would think, but it goes even deeper for the Jewish people. And that's what I found so fascinating that I wanted to bring this to you today. So how do we know what it meant to them? You can look into other Jewish writings. So the rabbis, they would dictate things and write things down in Talmuds. That's what they call them. Well, there's a Babylonian Talmud. It has phrases of foxes in there. So that's how we can understand what it meant to the Jewish people. Because the rabbis have a couple different phrases that they used, which were very interesting. For example, this is one of them. It's contrasting lions and foxes. So it reads, "Be a tail to lions rather than a head to foxes." What does that mean? Paraphrased, it means it's better to be someone of low rank among those who are morally and spiritually superior, the lion, than to be someone great and mighty, the head of a fox. And the fox they're referring to like a scoundrel, somebody who's morally depraved. Isn't that interesting? So comparing and contrasting lions and foxes. Bring that into that. Who is the lion of the tribe of Judah? And the fox is Herod. He's comparing. Jesus is putting Herod in his place in the eyes of the Jewish leaders. There's other sayings that the rabbis used in the Talmud comparing foxes and lions. Foxes and lions. Great men to inferior men, talking about their power, talking about what they can and cannot do. So when Jesus is saying, "Go tell that fox," he's saying literally, Herod has no power over me. You need to recognize who you are talking to. I am going to cast out demons and heal people today, tomorrow, and the third day I'll be done. In other words, Herod cannot carry out the mission of taking me out. He's not going to stop me. He's not going to detour me. I am not moved by what you're telling me. So you go tell him, I'm going to continue because you have no power over me. I am the lion. He is the fox. So it's really not an insult. He's just calling a spade a spade. You need to recognize for what it is. And ultimately, it's the inability to come against the true power of the lion of the tribe of Judah. What does that mean for you and for me? Have you ever felt intimidated? Have you had somebody tell you better stop talking your Jesus stuff around here, or on the job, at school, wherever you're at? Have you felt intimidated? What about pastors? What about during this COVID-19, when all that broke out in 2020, the churches were forbidden to meet together? And then, I don't know where you're at, me here in California, our governor said you cannot sing in church. Stop me. Oh my goodness, there's no way. I'm going to sing louder. And that's exactly the attitude you need to have. That's what Jesus is saying, is when you feel intimidated, when the enemy comes and breathes in your face saying, you better stop being a witness, you better stop what you're doing because I'm going to take you out. Ha! Who do you serve? Who's got your back? Whose name do you carry? We are representing the Lion of the tribe of Judah. So you fox, you go. You go. You don't intimidate me. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to back down. I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to turn it up until he says I'm done. Until he calls me home. Until my dying breath, I'm going to sing his praise. Until my dying breath, I'm going to tell about the goodness of God in my life. Until my dying breath, I'm going to teach others how you can do the same. So do not back down. Do not stop being a witness. Turn it up.